Hey everybody, this is Beelit, and this is going to be something that I normally don't do very much. This is actually going to be somewhat of a rant, and I didn't like the idea of doing a rant because it felt, uh, it seemed pretty stupid. You know, I've never watched anyone do a rant on something, but I've just seen some of the same stuff come up from time to time, and it's annoyed me a lot. And it's relating to Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 3 and having fans' feedback involved with that. And I've seen some of the same crap happening over and over and over again, and no one seems to want to say anything about it. And I feel like everyone is just like they have no idea of how to approach this. And so I wanted to put my 2 cents here and talk about the aspect of fan feedback. A lot of people say that CyberConnect 2 does not listen to fans, and that's complete garbage. CyberConnect 2 has listened to fans if they've demonstrated that they've listened to fans. We have a sub bar because of fans. We have an online lobby mode because of fans. We have a replay feature because of fans. We have tons and tons of characters. Well, that they would have put that anyway. I mean, asking for characters is completely stupid. They have to put more characters in there. They know that. I mean, what game says what fighting game says that we need to have as few characters as possible? No fighting game is ever going to say let's not put in as many characters as we can. No, they don't do that. That's stupid. Of course they're going to want to put in the most characters. Of course. I mean, asking them to do that is just wasting your time and theirs. There's no reason why they would not put in as many characters as they could. So it's ridiculous to ask for more characters. It's just a waste of time. Either way, we got a lot of things that we asked for. That people asked for. Sorry, not necessarily we. And I want to talk about who I'm referring to when I say we. I'm referring to the people in this YouTube community for Naruto. We are probably a minority in the YouTube of the Naruto players, which is why we always see all of this crappy play. And if it were all us, if we were the only people that played Naruto, we would probably have a lot more fun with it, but we aren't. And we're a small group trying to change the game, and we have to recognize that. We have to recognize that there are a lot more people out there who honestly don't know what the heck they're talking about, who don't think that there's anything wrong with the game, who are just fine playing it as a third-person shooter. And we have to try to reach out to those people. We have to try to either get our point across to them or talk over them. We have to do a lot more than they have to try to get our voices heard. And the thing is, we've seen that this has happened before in generations. And I'm going to pull up an interview from SandIsland.com. I'll probably leave a link in the description if I feel like it. I don't know. By the way, I don't even know if there's any gameplay up here. There might not be. It might just be a black screen. Sorry if you don't want that. It might be up there. I don't know. So, in this interview, which is on Sand Island, and let's see, who are they talking to? The president of CyberConnect 2, and they asked about fan feedback. And this is what was said. Japanese audiences gave a lot of technical feedback, such as where the bars should be positioned, the balance of systems, and depth of fighting. European and American audiences gave more feedback for content, such as the desire to play as Haku, Zabuza, and other characters. Yes, that's what the majority of us are talking about. The Japanese audience, which we don't really have a lot of contact with, the Japanese audiences are the ones that are talking about the gameplay, while us, the YouTube community, is too busy talking about what characters we want to play, which is useless. It's useless to talk about that stuff. They're going to put in as much as they can. To think that they're not going to put it in, to think that we have to tell them that we want more characters is freaking stupid. They know that we want more characters. You don't have to waste your time asking for it. And so CyberConnect 2 thinks that we don't care about the fighting system. That's what they think. Because the majority of European and American audiences are just asking for stupid characters. We're going to get those. You're just wasting time, and you're wasting everybody else's time who's asking for more important things. So we have all of these people who are asking for useless crap, and then they're drowning out the people who are asking for more gameplay-oriented desires. So they're asking for balance and things like that, and they're being overshadowed. We have a lot more to do. As part of the YouTube crowd, we have a lot more to do. But the thing is, we have the ability to do it. We have the ability to reach out to a whole bunch of people. But no one's doing it. No one's saying, if we want things to be different, we have to go and do it. No one's saying that. And that's a big problem. One of the other things that people are always asking about is freaking clashes. Okay, clashes only affect a very small amount of characters. I mean, if I decide that I want to use Orochimaru, I'm never going to get to clash. That's a useless feature to me. Completely useless. I mean, who's really going to benefit from clashes? Naruto players and Sasuke players who use Chidori. So really just Taka Sasuke, Kakashi, Naruto's, Jiraiya's, and Minato. I mean, there aren't very many characters that are ever going to be able to do that kind of stuff. So what's the point? What's the point in doing that when barely anyone's ever going to experience it? And furthermore, when you do experience it, it's just going to come down to who mashes buttons faster. Who gives a crap about that? I mean, that doesn't matter. When I played with my friends, I won every time. Any time that a clash came up, the 2 times or whatever, obviously it came up more. We played a lot more back in Storm 1. I won every time. Seriously, I won every single time. When we played the Ultimate Ninja games and there was a clash, I won every single time. When it went into the Ultimates, where you had to press all the different buttons, I won every single time. My friends could never use Ultimates against me because I would beat them out of it. Even if they landed it, it didn't matter because I could just get out of it and screw them over. That's not fair. It's not fair for me to have a get-out-of-jail-free card for every situation. And if I landed it on them, I always got mine to go through. There's nothing they could do to stop me. I was completely unstoppable in that sense. And why should that be a mechanic? If you land an ultimate, you deserve to get the ultimate. And then if you do these jutsus and you're just a better masher, then you get to do more damage? Why? That's stupid. It's a stupid mechanic. There's no reason to put that in there. There's no reason to waste time on that when, first of all, it's barely ever going to happen, and second of all, it comes down to a stupid mechanic. There's no need for it. There's really no need for it. And I know that people are really sad and they want their clashes back. And I know that there are probably going to be people who aren't going to like me saying this, but it's dumb. Get over it. It's not a good mechanic. CyberConnect 2 listened to what you said. They know that you want that, but they haven't put it in Storm 2. They had it in Storm 1. So why do you think they took it out in the first place? Because they probably thought it wasn't good for what they wanted. They took it out for a reason. It was not in Storm 2. Do you think that they just didn't care enough to put it back into Generations? No. They obviously had a plan for it and they didn't want it in Generations. Will it be in Storm 3? I don't know. I'm not going to hold my breath for it. The thing is, they took it out for a reason. Just because you ask for something doesn't mean you deserve to get it. That's what you have to kind of understand. There is a there is probably a good reason CyberConnect 2 took that stuff out. There's a good reason why they made Ultimates shorter, which everybody is complaining about that. We already have enough rage quits as it is. Do you think that people would sit there for 30 seconds watching an Ultimate that's going to kill them? No. I mean, you think it's bad enough now. If someone's got to sit there for 30 seconds, no, they're not doing it. I mean, the weird thing is, we have so many people that are complaining in this community right now, and I know good and well that they didn't do a single thing about it. They didn't do a dang thing about it. When CyberConnect 2 was asking for fan feedback, I went to their Japanese site. As soon as they put out that first video where the website was still in Japanese, I went over to that website and I submitted a big list of things that I wanted to change. I spent like an hour or so just putting down every single thing that I wanted fixed in the gameplay. And then after that, I put in some of the minor things, like a lobby system, which we got, like a replay feature, which we got. Okay, but that stuff was secondary. The main thing that we're going to be doing is playing the fighting game. You go through the story mode once, and then you have very little reason to ever go through it again. The majority of the replay that you're going to get from the game is from the actual fighting system of the game. That's what you need to be focusing on. But that's not happening because everyone's clamoring for stuff that CyberConnect 2 has addressed. They've essentially addressed jutsu clashes. They've addressed the length of the ultimates. They've addressed that stuff in their actions, but no one's freaking listening. We have to just move on from that. So when CyberConnect 2 first put that video out where they wanted fan feedback, I went and I submitted everything that I wanted to the Japanese site. And then when they said, okay, now we have an English site, which was coincidentally shortly after I sent my big long list, I went and I sent my list again. So with that being said, I feel like I have every right to criticize the game. When CyberConnect 2 asked for our feedback, I gave them my feedback. I tried. I put in my 2 cents. I made my voice heard. But I know that a lot of other people didn't. And I know that a lot of the people who didn't make their voice heard before are complaining now. And that is one of the worst things that you can possibly do. That is one of the most insulting things that you could do as well. You had the opportunity, even if they didn't listen to anything that you said, even if they just if they just completely disregarded every single message that they got from fans. At least you tried. At least you did something. At least you put in the bare minimum that you could have done to have your voice heard and to get through to CyberConnect 2 to try to get the game that you wanted. At least you would have done something. But you didn't, because you wouldn't even take 30 minutes to sit down and write a list and copy and paste it into the website to send it, which was the least that you could have done. But now you have those people complaining. It's so stupid. It's like if you're complaining about the elected officials of your country when you didn't vote. It's like you strengthened them by weakening their opposition. Sure, maybe they won by like 1,000 or 10,000 votes. Maybe they won by more than that. But you wouldn't even do the bare minimum to support the person that you wanted. You wouldn't even take the smallest amount of effort that you could possibly put out to support the person that you wanted. You couldn't even do that. So you have no right to complain because you might as well have voted for the person that you don't like. It's the same thing. You helped them by not putting in any single kind of effort. So with Storm 3 on the horizon, I've seen a lot of complaining. I've seen a lot of people saying there's no point in even trying. And it's unfortunate. I feel like they're getting in my way of my game, of the game that I want to see created. Because they're not even going to try. We're already a small group as it is. And if people aren't even going to try, then now we have an even worse opportunity. Now we have an even harder time to get the things done that we want to get done. Now I'm going to tell you that I'm going to be putting together another list of things that I think they should change for generations, or from generations to Storm 3. I'm going to be getting that together. I'm going to be talking with a bunch of my friends, kicking ideas back and forth with them. I'm going to come up with the best thing that I can do, and then I'm going to send it to CyberConnect 2. I'm going to do my part. Are you? Or are you just going to sit back there and complain again and not do anything? Maybe not again. But are you just going to sit there, complain, and not do anything, not even put in the smallest amount of effort that you could have? I'm not. I'm actually going to try to get the game that I want. And if it doesn't happen, whatever. At least I tried, and I have every right to criticize it. So all I can say to you, to the people who have given up, who are saying that, CyberConnect 2 doesn't care about the fans, CyberConnect 2 doesn't care about what we want, all I can say to you is, if you're not going to put in the effort, just don't get in the way of the people who are. Leave your negativity behind and just don't get in our way. Because we need to actually do something if we want a better game, and I plan on doing it. Another problem is that CyberConnect 2 doesn't have an accurate idea of what we actually think about the game. And one of the reasons is because of these people who are constantly asking for clashes and more jutsus and longer ultimates and more characters, and they're completely disregarding the gameplay. And to their defense, they may not think that anything is wrong with the gameplay, and okay, that's fine. That's really fine. If they like what the game is, okay, that's fine. We can leave that alone. Everyone's entitled to their stupid opinion. But the thing is, CyberConnect 2 sees what these people are saying, and they see that the majority of people are saying, we just want more stuff. And what that's telling them is that Western audiences are okay with the gameplay. That's what it's telling them. So they're reading they're reading between the lines, and they're seeing that Japanese players are the only ones that want anything different. But if they see that Western audiences want differences in the gameplay, if they see that, we're getting together and we're actually asking for a different game, if we don't like the game and we're telling them we want fundamental changes, this doesn't work, this doesn't work, this doesn't work, this doesn't work. If we actually say that and get their attention, then we have a shot at doing something. Again, it comes back to us being in the minority. We are a smaller group, but we have YouTube. We are part of this YouTube community, and we have the ability to reach out through our videos, through all kinds of things. We have the ability to reach big groups of people and to actually do things, but no one's doing them. We have to do it now. We have to actually get behind something. If you are a YouTube uploader, I am asking you to make a video about everything that you want. Everything that you want to change from Generations and put into Storm 3. As detailed as you can make it, put it in there. And then I want you to ask all of the people who watch your video that if they like it, to send it to CyberConnect 2. To send a link to that video, to whichever video that they like. Send it to CyberConnect 2. What CyberConnect 2 will see in this is that there are similarly minded people. That there are things that people are asking for, and that they're actually involved in this game. What they will see is that people have put time into this game, and they've found things that they don't like. And if enough people get together and keep saying the same thing, we can actually have a shot at getting something done about it. But if we have 12,000 people saying a bunch of different things and coming up with their own ideas about what's going to work, there's no freaking way. There's no way that it's going to come out like that. Not everyone can have their own personal Naruto game. So we have to come up with something that's universally accepted. Something that the majority of people can get behind. That means you're probably going to have to compromise on something. Sorry, that's how the world works. You can't have everything that you want. The best thing that we can do is to send CyberConnect 2 similar ideas. We can get behind certain things and have power in numbers. We have a ton of people sending up their own personal ideas. If we can actually get behind similar things and send them to CyberConnect 2, they will see enough of the same stuff that they'll say, okay, this has weight behind it. We need to address this. We need to try to look at this. And you know what? Even if we do all of this, even if we try our best to do everything that we can, it still might not work. But the thing is, at least we tried. At least we put in the bare minimum that we could have done to try to get a better game. To try. That's all that we can do. We can just try. I'm going to try. I'm going to post a video of the things that I want to have in Storm 3, that I want CyberConnect 2 to implement, and I encourage you, if you're a YouTube uploader, even if you're a small channel, just put together the things that you want, or to promote other people, to promote other people's ideas. If we show them that we still don't like the subbar, if we tell them why we don't like the subbar, they're more willing to address it. If we tell them why we don't like the way support characters interact with the game, and we tell them in a group, as a group, they're more likely to listen. If we tell them that characters are broken as a group, we have a shot at doing something. But if everyone's doing their own separate thing, we have no shot. So all I'm saying is to try to do something together. Try to put something together. That's all I'm asking. I hope that people will at least try to do something. I know that I'm going to continue to do the best that I can, the most that I know how to do, and I'm going to put in the time and effort that I feel is necessary